Okay, we're back after some slight technical difficulties. So we're going to get our way straight now into game two.
Okay. Taking a look at champion select. Quite interesting. They've changed up things quite a bit. We probably won't be seeing much early aggression from what are their names? What is the team name? Team Alvaro, I think?
I think we're going for Team Alvaro. I think
think
named
Team
very
Alvaro.
nicely.
But we see the Anivia coming out in the mid lane. We have the Sejuani support again. No Kiana, so probably not seeing those early roams. Just wants to farm up, clear the waves, and scale a little bit, especially with this alongside this Urgot. It'll be quite interesting to see this quite stark difference this game, actually.
Looking at the blue side team here as well, really interesting comp. See the Vladimir coming out. Obviously, an absolute nightmare as you go further on into the game, just becomes completely unkillable. And interesting pickup in the top lane here, the Gnar pick. Should be very, very interesting to see how they use that because obviously, as we know, Gnar can make some pretty crazy plays coming into these team fights, especially around Dragon, where those Gnar ults can really turn things around.
100%. The top lane matchup could be quite interesting as well, especially if Gnar manages to get a lead early. It would just quite oppressive towards this Urgot. We do have the Vladimir versus the Anivia mid. I imagine not too much going to happen, at least for the first 5-6 minutes. We probably won't see much action there. I imagine each team is just going to be defending here and just covering their entrances, but it seems the blue side may be trying to predict an invade here.
Now, I'd like to see it myself, but this red side just always very safe in the early game, and I think it's a good call.
Yeah, not looking to give up too much, although we do see little cheeky bit of invading coming in here. Maybe just get some poke off, yeah.
Not anything on that fancy foot. AD carry.
No, we do see back on the Yasuo. It'd be interesting to see how this one plays out. I know that we've said that I do prefer to see him on these more traditional scaling AD carries, but I do feel like the team comp here does favor the blue side a little bit. I mean, a lot of melee champions here, even the Urgot has to get very, very close to do damage. It's going to be quite hard to get into this team, especially considering the peel that you get from the Gnar and the Varus ult as well. It could be quite tough for them to do stuff.
Yeah, it should be interesting coming out. We are seeing the Sejuani and Yasuo bot, as we've talked about. Personally, I think it's quite good here. I mean, there's such easy sell for the Yasuo, as we saw the other game. I think that it will result in some easy kills, although they do have the Varus. Got to be careful of that. The wind wall is hopefully on point this game.
Now, I see Yasuo falling behind early on the CS, but when them ults start coming out, Varus is a sitting duck. Yasuo shield taking up a lot of the perk from these two.
Definitely. Likely won't see much coming out from either team here. I'm interested to see the route of Trundle, though. It seems the Echo has gone. It looks like he's maybe going for a full click discount.
The knock-up lands, the piddle down. He's got a flash here, but it's already too late. They're even going to go for a second.
A clean kill.
Very nicely done. Nice early aggression there from the Trundle to come down. Bot lane overstepping a little bit. Some beautiful trading going in from the Urgot here. And the 1v1 in 3 minutes.
Huge.
On a Gnar too. That's not an easy task.
No. Very, very, very nicely done. I mean, even with like a CS advantage.
Trundle coming in mid lane. Forcing them back away from the tower. That Paul not letting him getting anything.
Might see some return play up here.
Oh! What are
My
we
God.
witnessing? The
Very
amount of
well
minions.
played.
The Trundle up here too. This Echo is going down. He doesn't even get the return. This Urgot's a god. He's so good.
Very nicely played by the solo lane. Even the bot lane, like, red team are just showing an absolute dominance right now, and I don't know how top lane's going to come back from that. Urgot is a very oppressive champion if ahead.
Sejuani
In
already
mid
on this
lane.
mid lane. They're all over the place. They're just letting that tempo build and build. Forcing the flash. That Trundle run from bot lane to top lane, getting ganks along the way.
It looks like it.
I think he did, just again using his early pressure and his movement speed actually you get from Trundle in the river is pretty ridiculous. So he can just go as far as he wants. Again, coming down bot side with the TP.
Another kill coming out. I think pick up another. No, he lets it go. Doesn't want to overextend.
This is really nicely done. This is some G2-esque early game play coming in here from red side. Just beautiful synergy, solo lane aggression, really nice pathing from the Trundle here to help contribute to those kills in both lanes.
Definitely. I mean, some really good pathing from Trundle to really help out there. Urgot is just showing complete dominance in top lane. I wonder how that lane is going to go now. Whether Nah can even manage to stay in minion range. I mean, Urgot can maybe just stand in front and even fight the 1v2 if Echo comes up, at least before jungle item.
Just that split second choice to engage onto the Gnar there definitely got that kill. Like, it could have gone either way, but he's just so smart. He knows his limit and what he can do.
Definitely. Have to shot down for Sejuani here. He has to be a bit careful, but Karma just getting absolutely blown up there. The heal coming out. Can't quite get the kill, and the return damage is quite a lot.
Yasuo just doesn't care. Karma steps up. Gets knocked down.
Clean by the bot lane. Every lane is just getting steamrolled except from mid right now that it's just a farm fest. Bot lane showing some aggression again, but playing quite risky. They don't want to risk giving away a kill here.
Is going in for the gank on bot lane. They're already way out.
Trundle waiting. Trundle already knows. Very nice pathing again. This Echo is struggling. I mean, he has to walk all the way back up to his Raptors to farm now, whereas Trundle could just go right to his Gromp. Maybe he's showing some early aggression there, really beating him up.
And Nifia
Did he actually
is
get the solo kill here? Another solo
Wow.
kill. Every lane just stomping. A clear outmatch of skill going on right now from red side. Incredibly well played.
It's just going to get worse and worse and worse for blue side as well. Seems to just be getting mechanically outplayed here. Map presence doesn't seem to be as strong from the jungler. He does try and get something on the Nivea here. Can't get the stun. The Gnar does come down.
Very nice Gnar rotation here. Anivia's
But
running out of
great
mana. I'm not sure
pillar.
there's much you can do.
They're coming in and out. Do they even get anything? That egg will be up for Anivia. Trundle is sort of leaving him out to dry there. Oh, the sniper!
Oh my god.
A very nice snipe coming in from Urgot, and that's just the pressure of him. He goes right back to top lane.
Ooh, very nice ult from Gnar though. We did say that Gnar can do that.
I think that ult does drop Trundle. We'll soon see. Just go
Look at
down.
Vladimir
Yep.
Maybe
he's
potentially
down.
a triple. Oh, a nice little slur to get away.
going for it.
Okay, well, maybe a little bit of an overextension there from the red team. We did actually see some nice synergy coming in from the Gnar into the Vladimir ult to secure that kill. Yasuo does come up here to try and save this wave. Could do something here though.
It's just so strong.
Going for it. Echo has no jungle item right now. He really can't match a Yasuo 1v1. He has to play it safe.
Nice confidence coming here from the Yasuo to roam up.
The CS lead coming in top lane, 4 kills, huge bounty. Same with the Yasuo, just absolutely massive lead for 8 minutes into the game. Already 3,000 gold ahead.
Again, already knocking up onto the Varus. Just in for another kill.
Is Varus really overstepping? Why would he go for that? The max he gets is, 2 autos, and he's just in a hugely bad position. Very, very cocky play.
I do like to see this AD carry on an AD carry. He's shown that he's fancy, he can put out the damage. But their instant engage on this combo, they seem comfortable with it, they know where they need to be.
Definitely. I mean, that combo is very easy to set up as well. So one overstep from the opponent, it's not just conditional. The Sejuani just jumps in and Yasuo gets a free ult. Very easy played. Some trading going on in mid lane. Probably not too much happening 1v1.
I never thought that in the first place, but we saw that Anivia's down to fight. Not just letting this flag bully him around.
Flash coming in from the Urgot here, going super aggressive. Look at that damage, just... Oh my god. That is just... You hate to see that.
Absolutely obliterated. That lane is completely over. It was really well played of Na to rotate down to the mid lane earlier. Let's see if he can make anything else happen, because he is never going to do anything to that Urgot at this point.
He's probably just doesn't want to be top lane. He's like, hey guys, can I come hang out with you mid? Because this Urgot, it's awful. He won't let me lane. He's just killing me, flashing onto me. Just, you see the suppression there. From when an Urgot gets ahead, he just becomes super tanky and does so much damage. Really, really tough for him to do anything. I mean, all that Na's going to be able to do in these fights is try and land a good ult. But other than that, he's going to be so far behind.
I really want to see this Trundle play around this Herald. I mean, Anivia can get priority with her ultimate. She is an incredible pusher.
Do you see the flash coming in from the Trundle there as well?
Very interesting. Maybe hoping for the Yasuo ult on it, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, Exhaust is up on the Karma, so it was a bit forced. But like I was saying, I do want to see this Trundle pressure this Herald. I mean, they cannot contest. Blue side cannot contest this with the Urgot being so strong. I think it's just free. Get that early Herald, get those early plates.
Give that Herald over to Urgot and he'll be running it down to Inhib. It'll take maybe 3 or 4 to stop him now.
True.
Look at the gold lead on Urgot.
Look at the gold lead in general. Absolutely huge for 10 minutes in the game.
I have to pull off something fancy to bring it back here.
Hella coming in quite aggressive. The flash to dodge the Anivia stun. It's not going to be enough. Red team just again.
Really nicely done there. Using the pillar while out of vision means that the Vladimir can't pull and dodge any of the slow. So you can see he was just completely lost there and had to go really aggro and force that play. Again, the Gnar kind of coming in mini Gnar form without any kind of his Mega Gnar built up just means he's super useless and can't really threaten anything, which is why it's quite a tough pick to play around. You can see here, might be looking to go onto the Trundle here. But no follow-up available.
Mega Gnar is almost available there. But the Urgot is coming in and there's a little skirmish bot lane, it seems.
Doesn't get anything
lost
yet,
anyone
but you
from
see this
Karma.
Yasuo is just so scary with his Phantom Dancer. Urgot
Two
going
levels
super
up in bot
aggro here.
lane.
It's just not even fair. There's just too
They're
much
just
gold.
running all over them right now.
It's not giving up. They're just finding things after time and time again. Just in a row.
This Trundle probably sitting on quite a lot of gold right now as well, not to mention the Herald giving him 100 that he's about to take for himself. This game is just snowballing out of control.
Like putting the Anivia into the egg, but that double health bar, not gonna find anything there.
Yeah, and I mean, this Anivia is just going to get stronger and stronger. I mean, he's going early tier of the Goddess. He is going for that scaling. Skirmishing going on in the top lane, trying to bring down this
They
Urgot,
are
trying to
gonna
get the
bring him
Dempsey.
down. Oh, onto the support. They needed that gold.
That is not ideal. There's Karma picking up the early Moby boots, try and match the Sejuani, try and get around the map, make something happen, but taking that bounty is really unfortunate. Nonetheless, they did get a kill, they did get a shutdown, and we read just maybe Urgot just being a bit overconfident there, just pushing up a bit too far alone.
Didn't quite have the pressure in the other lanes that he needed to make that work.
Interesting that Urgot has gone for such an early sweeper, even though he's pushed so far. I would have thought that he'd want an early ward in the jungle, try and get some more vision, try and deny that Echo any farm in the top side. being so strong.
Yeah, especially it looks like it'd be hard to sweet walls up there. Just have no vision in the top side of their jungle.
See some nice rotation here, getting a bit of pressure here from the blue side. Although, while they're doing that, we just have huge waves accumulating both top and bot side for them. Looks like they're going to go down towards the Anivia, who is probably dead here, which isn't great considering Dragon is coming up.
But look at the pressure on the Urgot. It's almost like they wanted them down here.
They're going to have to
Massive
send
wall.
someone back. Remember, no egg for the Anivia, so he will go down here.
Urgot getting that tower. Still
Very
nobody
split
going
here.
towards.
I'm surprised maybe just kept pushing on. He does have TP available. Looks like the Gnar is going to go down and try and stop it. They're going to try and fight for this, which I think that the Gnar there could be quite tough. They'll probably just get run down by this team.
Urgot TPing in behind. This could be a massive flank.
Oh god.
Echo caught. Will he even get the chance to ult? He won't.
Nice chain CC there. The Vladimir goes super deep, can't do anything. The ult probably isn't going to do too much damage either. Flash over from the Yasuo. They're all dead. Gnar wasn't even there.
He had nowhere to go. Urgot was right in there behind.
Absolutely, and that deep ward coming in absolutely clutch by Red Team. I mean, that was a big TP flank, but it couldn't have happened without that vision. Absolutely huge flank nonetheless. Very well played from Red Team, just extending their lead. I mean, they take the dragon, they take towers. I don't know what could stop them at this point. They are snowballing so hard, and they're not bad late game. Honestly, this team, I think it's done.
I think we'll be looking at a 20-minute game if they keep this pressure up. A 10-0 Yasuo at 15 minutes.
You hate to see it.
Oh, you never do normally see it.
It's usually the other way around. It's usually 0-10. It's actually
Travis
10
the 10
deaths.
is usually in a different spot.
Yep. He is 10 deaths away from his power spike, so they will play around that. Not too scary at the moment. But he does have IE, Phantom Dance. He's got that healing reduction as well for the Vladimir. I feel like they're just doing so much fighting around the map. Keep forgetting how strong this Yasuo is. They just won't have any ways to deal with him. He's going to completely one-shot any of their carries.
I mean, even Anivia just walking in the jungle, taking the blue buff. I mean, there's really
Brutal.
nothing they could do. Echo's trying to get a return blue buff here. It's quite risky. I mean, he doesn't have great vision.
I think you might just be able to seek it though.
Urgot just tanking up all the damage. Doesn't have a care in the world. Didn't quite get the execute on Karma.
Bit of bad Vlad ult coming in just on the Urgot, and he is just going to go down here. Oh,
A lot
gets
of AoE
away quite
damage.
nicely. Very low here from red side. They do need to be careful. Nivea is here.
Ooh, nice little pickup from Gnar. It looks like they're going to trade him for Vlad.
Anivia just
Nice,
playing very
building up to
aggressive.
Mega Flash coming in from the Trundle.
I mean, the aggressive pillar, they just... Blue team
just
are really
went down.
struggling. Mega Gnar gonna come in.
Really nicely done there from the red team to kind of disperse into the middle of the river, meaning that the Gnar can't get any kind of stun off there. Nice awareness from the Trundle to know that the Karma was kind of completely separated so he could go super aggressive onto her. He does have a Spectre's Cowl as well, so not really much that she can do against him. Again, just I think the gold difference is showing here, the lead is showing. Even though there was some nice play there from the blue side to get the Urgot down, they're just completely steamrolling them.
I think they're really... Blue team are going to struggle a lot this game. I mean, you see the Varus, he's going lethality Varus. It's strong, but the later it goes, the weaker it is, and the only chance is maybe waiting for late game, because being this far behind at 18 minutes, I really don't see a comeback. Maybe a miracle Baron Steel, hold off the game, stall, wait for that Vladimir late game, and just try and win a fight with that Echo Vladimir, maybe a Gnar combo, but I think this is done. I think Red Team could just secure all vision, secure the objectives, and just have a systematic win.
Sure, they'll be hoping for some fear for this Echo stealing maybe the Baron and Elder. So we've seen many a time how that Elder can change the game.
Definitely, but will this game even make it to Elder?
I very much doubt
Unlikely.
it.
Unlikely. I think, especially the way that we've seen them play, very methodical, very nice objective control. We can see the Urgot is just running down this Vladimir. Can he get the ult off?
He's still full of
Should be
shit.
coming soon. Okay, Vladimir does manage to survive a little bit. He's getting a little bit stronger, but I don't think there's much he's going to be able to do in these fights. Like you said, Tom, the Varus is all... It's just going to be firing off Qs and, you know, trying to hit the odd target here and there, but he's not going to be able to do too much sustained damage. We do see the Echo trying to make some plays onto the Urgot here, but they don't even have that tier 1 tower down, so they can't do too much against this team.
Yeah, I really feel like Red Team is just going to wait for this Baron, wait for this Dragon, and just force fights on these objectives. I mean, if Blue Team contests, I think it's going to be very hard for them to win a fight. Urgot definitely so strong, though. The Vlad can match him somewhat now. In a team fight, though, not go so steadily. Echo definitely caught out here. What is he doing?
Just way too deep there.
An early ult comes out. There was nowhere for him to go. Absolutely overpushed. What a silly mistake.
Silly, silly man. Another kill going on to the Yasuo as well, now at 11-0-2. This is actually ridiculous. We might just not see a death. The only way I can see him dying is from some kind of hilarious endgame, you know, base dive. He's just playing so clean at the moment, and they can't really get onto him because of the Sejuani. The peel is so good here. So the Urgot is just literally zoning 2 of their members, keeping them up here. Ult does go down from the Vladimir.
Pick up Dragon while Urgot just deals with 2 of them. That's one.
I can't get onto the Gnar. Oh my
Is
god.
that 2? Yeah, that's 2.
Varus can't even pick anything up either. Has to flash away.
Give
But that's
Urgot
just
more.
just
That is
unreal.
revolting.
When they send 2, and it's the 2 maybe strongest people on the team, well, at least Vlad is, but
Oh,
they are really struggling.
That
And
is a
nice wall and ult by
beautiful-
Anivia. Absolutely
beautiful.
huge.
what a clean game of League of Legends.
This has been very, very clean. See the Herald coming in here. They're going to put so much pressure onto this bot tower. Got 3 members there. The Vladimir is coming up, so they're going to have to give up this. Probably get the inhibitor as well. I mean, the Urgot can just stand in the front and do whatever he wants, really.
And they're just
Might
gonna
get-
head over to Baron now before closing out the game.
Yeah, we'll probably see a Baron into either a mid or a top push. Because they do have really good siege, incredible wave clear with the Anivia as well. And just look to close out the game as well as possible, or at least get the inhibitors down. So it's just so hard for the blue team to do anything here. Echo doesn't even have his second item completed. Same with the Gnar doesn't actually have an item completed except for his boots, which is actually insane.
It's a Maokai from yesterday. Is it the
It's
same team?
Oh no.
I mean, just a frozen mallet would be fine here. Just get something done. The Karma looks like she's trying to clear out some vision. Gonna get caught by this Trundle. Not much she can do here.
Killer once again. She just can't do anything except flash. Just constantly just punished. This red team is just absolutely obliterating the blue team. They got so far ahead early. I don't think there's been any stopping them since 5 minutes in.
No. I think what we might see here is a last-ditch effort from the blue team on this Baron. However, I think, like the Dragon play, they could probably just have the Urgot zone off a couple of the members of the team while they get this Baron down with the Anivia and the Yasuo, who are just going to melt it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think they should not go for the 50-50 here. If the blue team engages, they need to turn. The chance of the 50-50 steal is the only thing that could potentially keep blue team in the game, but it looks like it just goes over to red team. Very easy.
Yeah. Nicely done again, having the Urgot there, just kind of zone them out, as well as the Anivia. Echo, super deep. Doesn't manage to get caught this time, but the overstepping their boundaries here. Beautiful combo there onto the Vladimir. Does manage to get out. kill coming in
Jeez.
on.
Really
so
huge.
strong.
Urgot just walking through them.
Barely takes any damage. Look at the health bars. Goes down to the Baron
And there goes
minions.
the minion. Oh no.
I mean, he's definitely
The
doing some
Yasuo's chasing him
damage
down
right now.
They're
I
certainly
think it
stronger than this
should
blue
be
team.
a victory for the red team here. Absolutely systematically destroyed.
He's just stuck there on
He's
that
got-
Nexus. He's gone.
He's
Did they even start playing?
Wow. That's just,
very
I think
well
it's
played.
surrender.
Yeah,
An
the double Nexus
absolute
blow.
Stunning performance from red team. Absolutely outclassed. Very well played.
I think, I mean, just in terms of pure highlight dominance, I'm gonna have to give my MVP to the top lane there. I think that Urgot performance was disgusting. He completely dominated his lane, dominated team fights, and uses pressure really well. Second option would potentially be the Yasuo, but yeah, it's got to be the Urgot for me.
Just real quick, because we don't have much time, I would say personally the Trundle. I think he pathed very well. Just gank somewhere, move up to another lane, gank there, just continuously. Very nice pressure. Very impressive.
I'm going to have to agree there on the Trundle. Objective control once again. All three lanes once again. Running between them. Right, everywhere Echo was, Trundle was there to answer him. It's got to be him for me. But still, very good, strong performances from the top lane and the AD carry there.
I'll ask him in here for an interview.
Well, hopefully get him here just in time. I think we'll be going into the next game.
Hello!
Hey.
Very stunning performance on the Trundle. Everyone popping off that
Two
game.
games in a row. What's going on? This early game play.
I'm telling you, get me on the Trundle, dude. Hey, something that can just make plays early. I think, we were discussing with the team comps for that one, and we were thinking they were going to get the Yasuo, so we were going to let it through, and hopefully we're going to get two good picks against it. They ended up going with the Echo, which we knew that guy was going to pick Echo, because it's essentially all he plays. But we didn't think he'd actually first pick it, so we actually got a really powerful first two picks. Felt really, really comfortable locking in the bot lane and the jungle in the first rotation.
Definitely. I mean, the draft coming in strong. Can I ask real quick, because I know you don't have that much time, what was the item choice like? I know the Cinderhulk came in strong. You went for the standard Merc treads. I see the adaptive helm there. What was the choice between that?
Mainly the adaptive helm. I know I'm not going to be getting onto people very much, so my healing's not going to come into play too much. All I'm really healing from is my ult and from my W. So Spirit Visage could have been a good option. I figured the adaptive helm against Varus and Karma does a fair amount. I don't think it's quite good enough. Quite got the cooldown for the Vlad Q, but essentially we were all just saying, hey, we stack in magic resist on this one. I think we screamed by healing reduction quite a few times, because we understood that based on their comp, that was their way back into that game. We essentially, once we had the early game sorted, it was a case of rotate around the map, look for the objectives, don't give them anything unnecessary. Honestly, I think Barris was the MVP on this one, tearing it up in the top lane.
Another humble player coming out.
Yeah,
Hey,
this team.
where honestly, I started that crab top lane earlier on. I started that crab about 5 times, but there kept being a play that I had to run to, so that crab was getting smacked a couple of times and then running away. And I was coming back. He was like, "Oh, please God, no, not again." And I'm like,
I can just ask you one quick question if you have the
"Yeah,
time.
of course."
So
Yeah, absolutely.
yesterday, we sort of saw you struggle a bit in these early game players. You got a bit outplayed by the enemy jungler with some clever little crab tactics. But today we see you in this
Yeah.
early game, smashing it every time. You're ahead of them. You're always where you need to be. What changed coming in today?
I don't want to make it sound as simple as like Trundle is my champion, but I'm very comfortable on Trundle. I know my limits very, very well. I've played.
Maybe it's a confidence thing, a comfortability thing.
I think so. I will say as well that an issue we had yesterday was we weren't focusing on the early game objective as much. So I think I actually got double crabbed every single game.
Yeah,
But
that's one thing we
to be
highlight.
fair, I literally said like, as soon as I saw the path that their jungler was taking, I was like, I'm getting double crabbed. Like, I'm not even gonna fight for it. There's no point. You know, as a Zac early game against who was there against yesterday, Trundle, I think. Like, there's just no point fighting for that. So yeah, I think it is definitely a confidence thing on the Trundle. Especially that game, I specifically chose to start away from bot lane to rotate down towards them. We understood very quickly that their bot lane had no mobility, and it's super easy for a Trundle and a Sejuani to lock up either one of them, and that's what we did essentially. Got onto the Karma and rotated into a play.
Very nice.
It,
I don't want to keep you too long because I think you will be in Champion Select soon. Toby, do you have any questions?
How does your playstyle change when you have these kind of more dominant lane matchups? You know, as soon as you start seeing the Urgot and bot lane make these plays, do you kind of switch your mentality a bit? Is it to not focus too much on farming and just to help them snowball their leads?
Yeah, yeah. Essentially, I think it's probably a little more clear between those two games. I haven't seen the stats, but I know I was farming very little in the game we just played, especially in comparison with the game previous, where we knew we were going to have to make team fight plays. With the early aggression and with the early advantages that we got, top, bot, and then rotating into mid as well with the objective control, um, it was uh, it was much more my job essentially to be backup and reinforcement, allow my team to make those plays. I actually took the opportunity that game to max E first. I
Love it.
look at, I looked at their team comp. You know, I'm not getting onto those people. The only person I'm getting onto maybe is Gnar. Having that reduced cooldown on the E, especially with Anivia, there's so much crowd control and ability to block off areas of the map. I figured that would just be the best play, and it works out.
Yeah,
I think the
utility
one
jungle is
def
great.
hard in, so you know what can I say? But
Really
yeah,
nicely done.
nice one. Thank you guys. All right, I'm
Thank you.
gonna jump back into the other
Good
corner.
luck.
Have a
Thank you
Good
good.
very much
luck.
for the interview. Good luck in your next
Nice one.
game.
Cheers, guys. Peace.
Bye.
I love that Emacs. That I think that also shows a lot of confidence coming in from the pick because obviously you do give up that early damage with the Q, which can help in trades, but because he knew that he had so much of a lead coming in from his lanes, the Emacs is just so brutal because not only does it reduce the cooldown, it obviously increases the CC and the slow. And yeah, just a really smart choice coming in from our MVP. But I think
Definitely.
all players should feel really, really pleased with their performance in that game. It was just very clean. Everyone did their role perfectly, laned really well. And I think going into this third game, hopefully we'll just see that confidence follow through.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, it was a very close call with the MVP. It definitely could have gone to either the Yasuo or the Urgot there. I think that all players on that team made a huge impact. But to think to yourself, okay, you know, I'm not going to be able to reach these targets. What can I do to most help my team to most sort of synergize with my team? What ability can I max to do that? I think it's a really smart decision on their end, and really well played.
Okay, so I
Yep.
think that wraps up our game 2. And we'll be back shortly with game 3.
It appears they're having some issues. One of their members, the first game MVP Alvaro, has left. Said he can't play the next game. So they have no bans and it's a 4v5.
So they can't trade in another player.
They're already in Gem Select, I think.
Oof.
No.
Certainly not what you want to see.
That's not what you want to see. Yeah, I don't know if you can like swap out players with Clash like midway through. Like I think you can, but not if you're that out of time.
Oof. I'm sure that's going to put a downer on the team's morale for this final game.
100%. I mean, they were having such a dominant showing today. What a shame that that maybe the team leader Alvaro has just mysteriously disappeared on them.
Although, I mean, when there's a chance, there's a chance. You saw such an impressive performance. If they can repeat it, maybe they can pull off the 4v5. I believe they're still going to
Yeah.
go for it, right?
I do believe they're still going to try it. I mean, it doesn't look like it'll stop them. If they do have such a strong performance again, I mean, it is possible. I wouldn't put it past them. But then again, they might get some more dominant early game laners on the enemy team this time. It may not be so easy. But the later it goes with a 4v5, the harder it gets. So if they
Right.
can't manage to close out early,
It'll be really on the AD carry here to survive that 2v1. I think they still need the jungle. Like the top laner always with these like 100 CS leads, 2 games in a row now. Maybe he can make up that difference, the lost player.
I mean, maybe they go for the Yasuo bot lane again because the solo XP, he may just be able to get that 1v2, especially if he goes for something like the exhaust for that outplay potential. I think it's definitely possible, but they will be playing at a severe disadvantage. We can't discount how big it is to lose one player. Very unfortunate. Discounting the missing player, what do you guys think of that performance? Would you like to see them take that sort of play style again? I mean, obviously we can't expect that type of stomp every game. They just sort of outmatched their opponents that game for sure. But what did you think of the team comp and the rotation, the team play?
Well, I honestly saw them going for a 3 a day, to be honest. They were playing so well, they knew what they were doing. The improvement from yesterday, incredible. And it's just very disappointing to see them going into this last one 4v5. I think if they can keep up their morale, keep up what they're doing, have maybe the same picks, I think they may just get away with it. It's just whether they'll be able to keep it together going into this one.
Yeah, I think obviously it is tough. We know that 4v5s can work out in the early game, but as it scales later on, it becomes harder and harder to actually execute it just because of that lack of map pressure that you get with having that extra person to, split one lane or to help out the team, and to kind of put pressure on those objectives. But we'll just have to see. I mean, they are coming in super confident from those last 2 games, so potentially that'll help push them over the edge here, but it will be really interesting to see what they have to go with.
Hopefully, nothing too serious on Alvaro's side. Having to leave the game, I'm sure he did not want to do that. He was also having a very strong showing this series, so hopefully it's nothing too life-threatening or dangerous.
I'm sure he wouldn't have left for no reason, so hopefully everything is okay there. So what sort of champions are we looking for? Obviously, they need to make up for that last player. What champions so far have you think these champions, this set of champions might be able to make up for it?
Personally, I think they need to go for an early game. They need to go for an early game stomp. They need to go for maybe something like a Yasuo bot lane, just something that can survive and maybe at 6 have that 1v2 potential. Either that or just something that can farm safely. I think they need to run away with the game early, and just try and keep them on delayed respawn timers, so that it's never a true group of 5 versus 4. I think with 4v5s, they tend to be a lot harder the longer the game goes on because you just see that glaring advantage with items coming from the 5th member. I think that maybe go on that Qiyana, maybe go on the Yasuo, maybe an early game jungler, maybe even pick something that can just force a lot of plays early. I mean, not necessarily an early game jungler, but Zac or I don't know, even Trundle, he can just run in, force those fights depending on the enemy team comp, and hopefully get a snowball going. So I'd like to see very early game orientated picks from Team Alvaro.
Definitely want to see this Urgot again. We saw him 1v2 last time. Yeah, if we can get him into the same position again, Urgot is definitely a champion that can make up for that lack. Especially with the XP advantage you get from having a missing player. Getting them on these champions that are able to make these outplayers is probably their only chance.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He managed to bring so much pressure to the top lane last game. It was a very impressive showing, so hopefully he can recreate that again. What do you think, Toby? Going into this game, what do you think they should go with team-wise?
I think I mainly agree. Getting on just the comfort picks in general just make this a lot easier. The Urgot did do really well, but it did kind of rely on that favorable matchup and that really nice early snowball. So, potentially actually seeing an Akali pick here, if it's not banned away, could be quite strong. Similar in the mid lane, getting the mid lane onto their Kiana because they know that they can be really aggressive and try and get some nice early kills going would be really strong. Pairing that with a Trundle or maybe even a Zac just because they know that they won't have too much knock up coming in from a Trundle other than the pillar. So Zac could be really nice here if they did go for that Yasuo bot lane. But yeah, I think they just go comfort picks and try their hardest to snowball these leads.
Shouldn't be too much longer before we get in game and we get to see the final champ select of today.
No bans as well, which is quite big. Seems like not having a player but also not being able to take away some of those big picks from the other team is going to be really tough.
Yeah, it's certainly not gone well. But we're going to play their hearts out, and I think my money's still on them. They played so
Why
well
not?
today. Everything they've done has been exceptional. And I think they should all be really proud of their performances and not beat themselves up too hard about this last one, whichever way it goes.
100%. No matter what happens, this 4v5 does not reflect them as a team. I think realistically, the showing that they've had is so strong, and next Clash, I can only imagine them being even stronger. Really, they've improved a lot on their weaknesses. The vision game has been a lot stronger. The early game rotations, the just solid laning, all around, huge improvement. Looks like they're in game now.
Ooh. Interesting.
So ignore the Mordekaiser because he isn't here with us at the moment.
Interesting that the game locks him a random champion, even with not being here. But we did get the Urgot, which we wanted to see. Although against a
Do you get the
Darius this
Urgot?
time.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. We also get the Cassiopeia, which obviously is a safer pick in terms of team fighting. Doesn't have to get in up close and personal. I think. I mean, looking at the other team here, they do have, themselves a really aggressive team with, especially with the Jarvan, Katarina, Darius, the Yasuo getting picked away. It's actually going to be quite tough for them to win in these early skirmishes.
I think that they're really going to struggle. I don't like the Lucian pick bot lane. I think he's going to struggle to CS. It's rough that the other team managed to get their hands on the Yasuo here. It really takes away a strong power pick from Team Alvaro. I'm not keen on the Cassiopeia pick either. I mean, I think they're really going to struggle. The Yasuo Windwall coming out, I don't think she's going to be able to do as much in team fights as she wants to. Although at the same time, Cassiopeia can be a very sort of 1v9 champion, so maybe she's hoping to sort of snowball a lead a little bit and just continuously just extend that and maybe snowball to some objectives.
Does have a good ability to kite out some of the members as well. I mean, I think one of the reasons why we were looking for those kind of Yasuo and Kiana picks is just because of the pick potential. Because you can really turn a 4v5 fight into a 4v4 fight if you can get a really good pick, and the Kiana does offer that. I mean, the Cassiopeia does have the nice counter engage here with her ultimate if the Katarina or the Jarvan decide to go in really deep, which is quite nice. But yeah, I agree. I think Cassiopeia is going to struggle against this team.
We'll just have to see what they can manage in this 4v5 scenario. I think it heavily depends on this early game. I think that if they manage to get a lead, maybe there's a chance, but it is very against them. Hopefully they can pull something out. The Ghost Heal Mordekaiser are coming in.
I'm sure they'll be very scared of that, wondering what that's all about.
Do have the triple TP coming in from the red side here. And no teleports on blue side, which will definitely make an impact, but probably not too much because, again, with these early skirmishes, it's definitely going to be favoring blue side with those extra summoner spells, especially the ghost flash on Darius can be really, really dangerous if he's snowballing. It makes it so hard to get away from him, especially on someone like Urgot who doesn't have too much mobility. I can see why they would have gone for someone like Lucian in the bot lane just because he does have that mobility. Without the support there, it means that an ADC can just be so stuck when they don't have anyone around. So at least Lucian does have some nice ways to get some movement speed and get out of these difficult scenarios.
We are seeing some spam in the chat hoping to summon Alvaro back. I do not think it will work, but here's hoping. The TPs are interesting. Maybe they thought, in the 4v5, maybe they can force a lead by forcing these TP plays, or maybe just making sure they never miss a wave. Be interesting to see how they use this going in.
We will be taking a while to get into this game, with one being AFK. The game's going to take a little longer to start. Notice that all three of them taking TP. Looking to try and maybe help out this Lucian on the solo lane.
Yeah, as we've talked about, hopefully they can manage to pull something out with it, but they're definitely playing against the odds here.
And what a monstrous team to have to go against.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. I mean, aren't really any favorable matchups here. Obviously, the bot lane matchup is kind of it's obviously going to be very unfavorable to the Lucian, but looking top lane, Darius is just a complete lane bully. The Katarina against the Cassiopeia, I mean, I do believe that is a little bit more even. I think if the Cassiopeia plays it quite well, she can, do quite a lot of damage to the Katarina and really punish her when she's trying to CS. But you can just imagine the Katarina very easily roaming in this scenario without that added pressure on the map and picking up some kills.
On the bright side, if the Darius's name is correct, he's not a huge man. Maybe they can take him down somehow.
That's very true.
Big if true.
Okay, we're finally in game here. Looks like the game's finally like, he's not coming back.
If we do see him come back, I mean, Mordekaiser's support could potentially work. Probably doesn't have the summoner spells that he wanted, but they would have the heal back, which would be quite nice for the Lucian. And the ghost could be nice to chase people around in his death realm.
I think we're really pulling at straws here.
He'll be running the other way.
I don't think there's any usefulness in there, really.
Looking on the bright side, he could ult the Katarina to take her out of the fight, or
It's
the
like
Darius.
I'm watching solo queue again.
Well, with the AFK player,
Yeah.
sounded like solo queue.
Urgot is hovering around here, quite literally.
Nice
Kind of a
skin.
weird champ. Blue may be looking just to defend. They're a bit confused by all that's gone on.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
what is
they
that?
should have gone
What
for
is
the
that?
invade.
They don't quite know yet about the AFK. I'm sure they will not be expecting one.
Very safe start again from everyone. Be interesting to see the pathing here from the jungle on that Zac. Obviously not on his comfort pick in the Trundle, so maybe won't see as much confidence coming out, especially against this Jarvan. And I think with the way that the lane's going to be setting up, it'll be quite easy for them to contest. So you'll probably see more of a focus on this top side because there isn't much that the Lucian's going to be able to do to help out with any kind of bot side Crab River play.
It's sort of a shame that the Trundle wasn't picked. I mean, what's better than one troll? Two.
I mean, I definitely agree. I think that they're really just banking on the Lucian solo XP here. Ooh, aggression
Early
coming
cheese
out there.
coming in here.
Ooh.
Oh, that's very bad for Urgot. He is not in a good spot now.
A level 2 gank
Yeah.
from Jarvan.
Hmm. Little trade back damage, but there's not much to be done. Lux pinging the Mordekaiser ghost. Very confused with the whole situation, as we all are.
So Darius is probably just going to dominate this matchup very early on. Looks like the Zac is going for a top side into blue buff clear. Maybe looking to apply a little bit of pressure bot just to help out the Lucian, but might just be looking for a full clear to get some early tankiness to help out in these fights because all lanes are going to be looking quite tough. Does see the ward there. It's a nice early sweeper, but do have vision on him.
Only thing is, all lane's been pushed in. That takes away from the advantage of having the extra player.
That's true, and almost to be expected, especially from the bot side here. The Katarina does take an early back. The Cassiopeia does have that TP advantage. See the Lucian here is just trying to get as much farm as he can. Things probably won't be as bad for him as he starts to come in. The tower CS. Zac is hovering here.
Ooh,
Could
he
get
gets a
something nice.
big pickup, pulls them both together. It
Beautiful.
isn't just a 2v2. Lux is already low. The flash goes from both.
Lux is all still up here, though.
I suppose wanting this fight, but will he be able to take Zac down?
Surprising, he is in a 1v2 situation. He is getting rather low here. But press the attack, activated, the exhaust
goes
comes
back
in, the binding.
Nice binding there from the Lux and follow up. They do get Zac passive as well.
They will be able to take him down here, just waiting away from the tower. Oh, the TP come in late. I feel like if it was going to be used, it should have been used on the Zac block there.
Could have TP'd and saved the Zac.
Maybe a small misplay there. Maybe he can still clean something up. Lux has no summoners.
Gets the blue buff as well there onto the Lucian, which is really nice. Tough
into
early
tower.
play bot. Nicely done from the Urgot there.
Fortunately, no ignite, but he flashes in and he takes him down.
Very
There we
well
go
played
again,
from
this
the Urgot.
Urgot. Do you see the Jarvan coming in bot side? Looks like that's a flash in to secure the kill onto the Lucian. So the Jarvan trying to get some work here. We did see him make a small gank in the mid lane as well. So yeah, but really nice from the Urgot there to beat this Darius up. Not super favorable matchup for him, but showing his Urgot skills like he did last game and pulling him into tower. And the Darius just getting completely destroyed. Nice heal of the Conqueror as well.
Very surprising, though. I mean, Darius still has both summoners up. He didn't use anything. Getting caught there, getting picked, only buying boots to come back. I don't know. It's very strange play by this Darius.
Yeah, not the
Definitely,
worst early game.
Well played from the Urgot to bring something of that lane. Maybe try and extend that lead into something with a strong first back.
I think blue team will probably want to really play around this bot side and use that man advantage to secure these dragons. I think they've obviously, figured out that the Mordekaiser won't be coming back or isn't going to be playing. So I think the Jarvan will be putting a lot of pressure on this bot side and get those early drags, especially with the Katarina here being very aggressive and trying to chunk out the Cassiopeia. The Ignite coming out.
And outplayed.
Beautifully
Well
done
played.
by the Cassiopeia.
Incredibly well played from the Cassiopeia. The early tier coming in, to be honest, I'm really not sure what the Katarina is doing. I mean, giving away a kill there is pretty huge to red team. Maybe they can just try and keep forcing these plays. I think trading 1-for-1 even is worth it for red team. They need to get that power and just try and get picks or something. I mean, this is sort of a ticking time bomb of a game, being a 4v5.
Yeah, we do see the dragon coming in from the blue side. Not too much that they can do about that, unfortunately, with the pressure that they have in this bot side. But, you know, we have kills on all of the solo laners, with the bot side technically being a solo laner as well. So, not the worst early start that they could have gotten. Obviously, there was that, you know, the double kill bot lane, but still pretty good.
Will Urgot and Cassiopeia getting ahead here. If they can keep snowballing these leads, they are two champions that can kill two people.
That is very, very true. They could do a lot of damage in these fights. We do see the Yasuo, though, really pulling ahead. He's got 2 kills, big CS advantage. I think he's going to be very, very tough to deal with in these later team fights. Again, can shut down a lot of their damage with his wind wall, so we'll have to see some nice wind wall placements from him. But yeah, I think a lot of this is going to rely on the Cassiopeia by the way that she's playing. She looks confident. She's dominating this Katarina, and we might see some really nice plays from her.
Looking for a dive here. Yasuo is 6. Just getting a knock up. Doesn't take the tower aggro straight away. He's going to trade 1-for-1. I think that's okay.
It's okay. Very strange dive choice there. I think they're probably playing a little bit too aggressive there. Didn't have too much vision on the Zac either, so that could have gone really badly for them.
I still think it's not too bad for blue side. I mean, look at the amount of minions Lucian misses, and he is really relying on that solo XP. The fact that he's still the same level, maybe even behind in XP compared to the Yasuo, is absolutely huge for being in a 4v5. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, he does lose quite a lot. See the Jarvan's hovering around top, potentially again using that advantage to look for the Rift Herald here. Still, not too much action going on the top lane. Looks like they're both just farming up. I think Darius is probably playing a little bit safer, realizes that this Urgot knows what he's doing, although does go in for the trade here.
He does have the 5 stacks coming up, but yes, Urgot's slowly ticking him down.
Look at the damage there. Flash comes in.
It's going to bring him down, I think.
I think that's it. And he's down. Wow, really tough there. I think the early tabbies from the Darius there making a huge, huge impact. And just stacking up their passive. Really tough.
Definitely a big blunder from Urgot coming in here. Another huge wave bot lane. I mean, I think the Yasuo just wants to keep pressuring him off everything, but maybe he's being a bit over-aggressive here. The Zac comes in, the early flash from Yasuo, tries to trade back a little bit.
He goes back in. He's crazy.
Oh my god. Doesn't have flash.
And no wind wall. He's just going to get gunned down.
Huge over-aggression from Yasuo there. Well played from the red side, coming in for that gank. Get an easy flash. Over-aggression from Yasuo just gets punished. An easy kill there.
Do have the re-engage here. She does have both her summoners, so not much they can do.
Arena is looking towards here. Or Jarvan looks to cheese top lane. Does manage to get him outside of tower, but Darius is out of mana.
He does have flash available as well.
Urgot wants them. He wants them both. Can he lifesteal through that ticking bleed?
No mana from the Darius.
Oh, not quite. Very close.
Very close. The minion's not quite able to bring down the Darius, unfortunately. That could have been very big for red side. Maybe Cassiopeia can finish this up.
I think this
he
is
does hit the poison. Maybe she can just get the E here.
He's running. He's running.
Don't know where he's going.
He's just trying to run. I mean, there's no one to collapse, so maybe he just gets away here. Cassiopeia just trying to farm the wave.
Walk right back into her? What is he doing?
No. Huge blunder from the Darius there. What was he thinking? Absolutely huge blunder.
I didn't think she'd win.
Down away from Cassiopeia.
Yeah, that's a check. Katarina did go bot lane and redeem her 1 free kill onto the ADC, as all Katarinas get. So she is getting a little bit stronger now, and luckily for the Cassiopeia managed to get a kill up, so not too bad. Big ultimate onto the Zac here.
I think they will be able to get this. Yeah, the
Yeah,
tunnel
we do
gun.
have-
Oh.
Nicely done there.
Close, it was close. The Yasuo reacting to that Zac engage quite well there. Still though, quite low. His overaggression might cause him his life, considering this Lucian does pack a little bit of a punch with that BF sword now.
He does have a nice little setup here. They might look for a pick. Windwall does come out.
Cassie
Cassie
wants
is
it. They're looking
roaming.
low, but Lucian does go down. She's going to struggle to pull off this 1v3, but I think it's possible.
She does have
Oh,
ultimate
double
available,
stun.
trying to save it.
Lux isn't
Well
going to quite
played.
take away.
Lux does have her ultimate up. Does she have the mana for it?
Conqueror has been stacked by Cassiopeia, but she just can't quite
Katarina.
get to them.
Gets the blue buff as well, which is super nice.
Super huge for tier early on Cassiopeia. If she can just survive
Oh,
this. She can't.
Big combo coming in there.
Zag misses his engage,
So much
unfortunately.
ability.
Yeah, unfortunately the TP there doesn't manage to catch them out. Although we do see some weird overaggression. I think Yasuo players have a similar thing to Draven players when they get far ahead and they think that they can just 1v9 and go in and go crazy, so they can take advantage of that. Zac does find the Jarvan though.
Hopefully he can
Nice
take away this
escape.
dragon and delay that soul a little bit.
Yeah, they're in the best position to do this now with the bot lane going back. I think they do secure it. That's really good for them actually to pick that up. Bad from the blue team though to actually give up a dragon in a 4v5 situation.
They try and dive the Cassiopeia here. He doesn't
She
have
doesn't
ult,
have her ultimate.
but she does bring down Darius, and they will pick up Katarina too.
Wow. Really bad play here from the blue team. I mean, not the best dive. They didn't have too much damage coming in. The ultimate didn't really land for the Katarina. The Darius just kept tanking those tower shots. And with a Black Cleaver, really isn't too strong. Some strange choices from this blue team.
Very sloppy play from the blue side, but does it matter? I mean, they're in a 5v4, and maybe that is why they're playing a bit sloppy. They're just doing what they want because they know the longer it goes, the better they're off. And I'm just not sure what Red Team can really do. I mean, they've fallen very far behind, as expected in the 4v5 scenario, and they're just really struggling to pull anything back.
Do you see this Yasuo as well? 100 CS, just scaling up, getting a lot stronger. He does have his Phantom Dancer. The Lux as well has the Ardent Sensor out, so she's going to be shielding him really well. He does try and get onto the Cassiopeia though. She does a lot of damage.
Is wanting this.
Needs to be careful of the turn here. Yep, there it is.
Going back towards the Cassiopeia. Oh, a good ult to block it. He's on the miasma. Ooh, just not quite enough damage.
A very nice attempt.
The Urgot might get the Katarina here. Does he have the ultimate? He does.
They're sandwiched between
Beautifully
Lucian.
done.
So Urgot's on a huge spike right now. So
Lucian
Lucian
just
might
needs to
just pick up the
wait.
Yasuo. The Lux is completely trapped here.
Oh,
The Lux
just
will not
kills him.
quite going out there.
Oh my god, that was very close.
But even then, top lane just going down. They don't need to play particularly well. They just push. They have an extra player.
Such a shame because the way that this game is going, and especially in the early game, it seemed like Red Team were kind of outplaying them, especially mechanically in these lanes. So
And
Can imagine
again,
what it'd be
another
like.
one down.
really strange. It's like they just don't understand that towers do damage. Oh, he does get the return kill though.
Ah. Such a messy game, but I'm sure Red Team just looking to play for kills here, have as much fun as they can.
Definitely. Got to find the light in all these dark situations. I think that the only light right now is that mid tower is still up, but nonetheless, they try and protect it.
Hold on to it in their
Indeed.
lives. Maybe he still comes back. A Gandalf situation.
The level 1 ghost heal Mordekaiser with Spike.
See him charging in a blaze of glory, ghosting down the lane.
If he does come back, what I would love to see is farming up to get a stopwatch into Zhonya's, and the plan is to literally ult one of their team members and then Zhonya's in his death realm and just keep them in there for as long as possible.
Honestly,
that
not
would
a
certainly
bad
be a play.
That's all I would do. But look at this really bad play here from blue team. Very split, but big CC coming in from the Lux there into the ult. That's a really horrible combo. It looks
They
like the
just get
Lucian's going to go down.
completely collapsed. It is not looking good for Red Team. Being a man down is really showing its its weakness at this point, and blue team just running, doing whatever they want, really.
Yeah,
think it's
really
hit
tough
that
to see.
point where they're going to group now, take what they want.
Definitely in a 4v5 situation, it's very rough for team to really do anything. They
So
go aggressive on the
sloppy.
Gurgot.
Oh, and a nice little flash flare.
Oh,
Right.
beautiful.
He does bring
Doesn't.
him down.
He does get him. Maybe
Is
he
this
gets
it?
the
Is it
Jarvan as
third?
well.
No.
Unlucky. I think
Close.
the gets the flash on Lux. I think, in all fairness, the Lux has been playing quite well, hitting some really nice some Qs and getting some good picks, which they're chaining quite nicely with the Yasuo. So, but yeah, of course, in this situation, a lot easier to do that when you don't have to worry about a support. Very high damage build coming in from the job, and we do, at the moment, see more of a tank build coming from Jarvans, especially in these team tournaments. It's a lot easier for you to make plays to ult in and just CC and actually take some damage. But he looks like he's going for the Warriors jungle item into the Black Cleaver. But of course, in this scenario, he'd probably just have a little bit more fun and try and do a lot of damage. But I feel like we would have seen a different item path if they did have 5, especially with all the damage he's getting from the rest of his team.
Definitely, I would have liked to see maybe something more aggressive from they just take Urgot down there, just the scaling,
Ooh.
the Katarina on her spikes. Not
Nice
much
dragon
to be
here,
done.
though. Might get the steal here. Oh, he does manage to get the steal. Oof, that's just adding salt to the wounds there. Nice plan, though, just to try and get a cheeky little dragon pick. I mean, what more can they do at this stage?
I would have liked to see something maybe crazy out of the Zac. Maybe try and take this 4v5 into his hands. Maybe like a Runic Echoes, go into the Andries or something like AP damage heavy. Maybe try and make those plays, but a bit late now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I feel like the Zac pick probably wasn't the best thing here to do it. Would have been better just to go for a more aggressive early game jungler and just try and do some weird stuff. You know, try and snowball with the rest of the team. Maybe even something like a Kha'Zix, an assassin who can just jump in and try and make some weird shit happen. But you know, it's just a tough situation, really.
Okay, Urgot. Okay. 1v5?
Driving.
Who needs a team?
Do you have the Darius coming in? Pops his ghost. Needs to be careful here. Might just be able to kill him as well.
It's hoping that a few of his team get to him in time. If this doesn't execute, oh, it does.
Shame. Needs to watch out here for this Darius. Though they might get a kill back onto him.
It's gunned down by Lucian, taking the double kill. So
Ooh, nice
sloppy.
Yeah, not respecting this Urgot pick at all. 7 and 7 Yasuo. So again, you can see how crazily aggressive all of their team have got a lot of kills, but also a lot of deaths, which just kind of shows that they're playing really recklessly. I actually think that the further along this game gets, they're going to get punished a lot more for these aggressive plays, and I think Redsider is actually going to be able to take some serious objectives if they keep playing like this.
Yeah, it really does show just how well this Red team are playing today, and it really shouldn't take away from the previous 2 games and the things they've obviously improved on since the previous day. And I think as the weeks go on, they're just going to get better and better, and hopefully not see any more 4v5s.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot they can take away from this, especially as the Urgot ult just misses there, but I think they're starting to figure out what their playstyle is and starting to play to their strengths. You know, these kind of very dominant lane champions, I think especially with the Akali and the Urgot top lane is really nice, and these very nice tanky utility junglers allowing to secure those early objectives. It's really cool to see them kind of come into their own in these fights. Just a shame that we couldn't see it properly be executed in this third game.
They're still there, scrapping, holding on.
Do you see the Urgot again, just laying down some fire here? They might almost want to bait in a Yasuo Q because I kind of know he's going to take it.
His mind's telling him no, but his body's telling him yes.
Nice poke onto the Katarina as well, so she's going to be quite squishy. She doesn't have a Zhonya's or anything like that,
Well,
so...
good engage from Zac, but not pulling her into anyone.
No, there might be some follow-up here from the Cassiopeia, but Lux is very, very hard to catch. She's playing very far back and just kind of does what Lux supports do quite well, which is just throw out CC and throw out good shields as well.
I mean, the Urgot has hit his 2 items fight now. He does have the Death's Dance, so maybe that's enough to have this lucky sort of 1v5 situation scenario. Potentially, I mean, they really do have trouble bringing him down if Darius isn't there.
How deep they're trying to go for this. This
is it. Alright, what can they do with this?
But that is 2 for 1. That is the even fight they
definitely.
need.
They are still just trapped in base, though. Just nothing to be done. Herald coming in, just destroying the red team.
Oh, does miss, but Darius is here 1v3. Oh, and a good flash to execute that. Do they go for Baron? Do they go for a
I think
crazy
they might
one?
have to. The Katarina and the Jarvan will be up, but the Darius won't be up for another 30 seconds. Do they just try and do this?
Ooh.
Big, big knock up there. Wow, that's probably blowing the Baron pin. The flash play there, Lux ult.
Very well played
Huge
from
damage.
the Yasuo there.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Using the knock up to completely interrupt Zac and then go for the flash knock up that he got from the Raptors onto the Cassiopeia. Very well played.
Looks
Yeah, I
like
got
both
two here though.
teams just going for some flashy players now.
Yeah, the Yasuo definitely getting scarier and scarier, and the Lux as well is really starting to become just a huge issue, kind of denying them any ability to make plays here just because of the CC that she can lay down and the follow-up that they can get. Looks like they're going to have to give up this dragon as well. And these 4v5 situations is so hard to get any kind of lanes pushing. So even when they do get these kills, they can't really do much with it.
Be the big boy there.
Mordekaiser did reach level 2. Got the level up, which is good. So if he does come back.
realistically, if he does come back, they should be all right.
Yep,
The
he'll have
Urgot
an E.
has got a huge level lead now, level 15 coming in. They are getting more XP because of the AFK on their team.
Oh,
Zac
looks like the
calling.
Zac
Make a
calls.
difference.
Urgot's
Just ult
there.
away.
Doesn't want to take the fight though. Just waves his friend dead and leaves.
Yeah, just so unfortunate. The Zac can't really go out and get any kind of jungle experience here, which is a huge shame. Although the Urgot might get a pick onto the Lux.
The
And
ult
she's
whips,
down.
but it does not matter. The Urgot is just so strong. I have to wonder what blue team are doing. Why are they not just setting up for Baron here, forcing the red team to walk up and then engaging? Like, they're just all over the place. They just want to fight.
They haven't got anything from this. They haven't got any towers. They haven't got an inhibitor. They're just trying to get these scrappy kills. Look how low that the Yasuo is, or does get taken out though.
So unfortunate.
Urgot can
from
clean up here.
Cassiopeia, but Urgot again just
I'm gonna
cleaning
dive
up. Again,
straight
huge.
into the Urgot's face.
Oof, Lucian does go down.
Unfortunately, Urgot has no ultimate right now. He did whiff it earlier, but I think he manages to just clean this up anyway. I don't think there's anything blue team can do about this.
Ooh, Darius does get away.
Sort of dancing around him right now, trying to find these towers.
Yeah, Urgot without his ultimate doesn't have the best catching potential. Looks like he's going to get
Gunning
onto
them
the
down.
Katarina's down.
And
And
the
he gets
ultimate
the
comes
ultimate.
back up for the Yasuo kill.
Beautiful.
Absolutely huge. Another set of kills on this Urgot. He is just a monster. Blue team are just completely avoiding him. They don't want anything to do with him, but I have to wonder, maybe that is red team's gate to win. I mean, if they can maybe stall the game for Elder or get a very lucky fight 10 minutes from now, if they can hold on, maybe they could just rush for the end.
Dare
It's
you
possible.
say it, Tom?
Dare I say it?
Oh, winnable!
Winnable?
Another catch onto the Lux. Turning
Lux
this into
doing?
a 4v4.
I think they go Baron here.
I think Baron. I say crazy yellow Baron.
I'd say they have to. I think they need to do something crazy for this to work.
Do you have 9 kills on the Lucian as well? The Lucian is super strong.
Should at least trap it. Let the inhib go. Just go for it. Fight!
Yeah, they have to go for this, right? No, they're not going for it. Interesting.
I have to wonder what blue team is really thinking right now. They're just completely reactive. They're not doing anything.
They can just do better. I don't know. They could have done this like 10 minutes ago. Well, not 10 minutes, 5 minutes ago. They could have pressured the Baron, like you said, trap him out, use this advantage. They literally have all waves pushing,
We'll
top
take
and hips
onto
down.
the Urgot? Oh, he's pulled to stop the knockup.
Ooh, that's very big.
Good stun
We
on
do have the
Sakarina.
Lucian.
Zai
Careful
just
of the
running away. The
Jarvan.
Cassiopeia trying her best to kite
Doesn't
out, but
get
the
the
Jarvan ult
execute.
just allows their team to secure the kill. But I don't know what they can do. The Yasuo's running at the Lucian here. The
Ooh.
Zaytbobs come out.
Lucian does bring down the Jarvan. If he goes heals now, this might not be game.
Jarvan really overstepping there. The wind wall is down. Maybe the Lucian can do something here. The Lux is in the base now, though. She was not there for that fight.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough to do much with the Lux here now. Let's see what he can do, though. I only have super minions
Urgot
on top
coming up.
side.
You just have
Yeah,
to
can
delay for
stall.
Urgot, really.
Doesn't get the knockup, but so much damage.
Yeah,
Nothing to be done.
see what the Argot can do here.
We'll be able to stop the Yasuo, but I think it's only a matter of time.
I mean, even though it was a 4v5, really, really badly executed. He does get the kill onto the Lux as well. Though it looks like the Yasuo might just be able to clean this up.
He's trying.
He's trying. So
Action all over the places. Yeah,
slippery, man. I think he's dead here, though.
Yeah, I don't see him winning this, but
Oh.
he's giving it a shot.
He's still going. Oh, the Katarina's here, though. The Yasuo did a very good job to delay for that. Urgot, though, flashing back onto the Yasuo, gets the kill.
And the Karina. Somebody
my
stop
God.
this man.
17 and 6. Look how much he's healing.
Is that Baron?
Oh my god, the triple kill.
Maybe
This
Baron, but
Urgot.
the Jarvan's coming up. It looks like
Brutal.
he's just farming the jungle, but he could go for the back door.
Okay, and the dragon as well.
They really have to do something crazy, or they just lose on the next push. I mean, Baron is up. If they don't get this Baron, the blue team just secures it, and they lose next push.
Yeah, they have to do
I
something.
really do think red team just needs to go. They have TPs available. They should just force it.
Drops the ward there. I think that's for the TP.
He does have eyes on the Jarvan. The Lux is here as well.
Just leashing this to the jungler.
He
Oh,
is.
he's going back out again.
Yeah, if you can get it down quickly. Oh dear. Lux does secure it. Although this might be another kill here for the Urgot, and he gets the ult, and he gets the Jarvan, man. This guy, literally, he's like 2 players in one. This is ridiculous. I feel like again they should probably try and do something with this. They do need to watch out for a backdoor, so maybe going to try and get some vision in their jungle to avoid that. No TPs though from blue side, which is important, so they can't try any kind of TP cheese.
Yeah, I really think red team's chance, maybe only chance, was going for that desperate Baron. Now they're waiting to lose, I feel.
Yeah, especially now with all the inhibitors down.
I think I'd still be a little embarrassed to play on blue team right now.
Definitely
Yeah.
a very weak performance from blue team and a strong showing from red team. Once again, they show that. Look how long they held on for 30 minutes in a 4v5 scenario.
The Lux is just auto attacking the base. So boring.
Yeah, go for this fight. What are you doing? Let's say I got pentakill you.
I mean, that's what they've been doing all game, unironically.
Look at this Urgot though. The Urgot's full HP. Wow. I think if that was a 5v5, that's another easy win for red team. Ah,
A nice try from red team. Realistically, it was a 4v5. They played their hearts out. They could not quite bring the victory. They couldn't get the W. It was not winnable in the end.
no.
A strong performance nonetheless. I mean, namely from the top laner. The top laner really did play his heart out, really try and get those 1v2s. Ended 26 and 4 in a 4v5. Very impressive showing. I do think that with the TPs, they should have been trying more desperate plays, maybe a desperate Baron, something like that. But it was pretty doomed being a 4v5, so they tried.
Yeah, really tough. I do see the performance from the top lane in there kind of solidifying at least my series MVP of these 3 games. Um, I think he's just had a great burst of games here. I mean, really strong showing on the Urgot, completely dominating his opponent, getting some really nice plays, just like 2v1ing, 3v1ing, zoning off teammates. And even in that first game on the Akali, did an amazing job on holding his own against that Garen and making a huge impact, huge CS leads. I think he's going to have to be my MVP for the 3 games.
Completely agree. I mean, very strong showing in all games. He, let's not forget the ward first game, I believe, where he played
Yep.
Akali, getting the ward, getting the steal for his jungler, and just honestly, just a strong showing. This may be just a substitute top laner, but maybe the resident top laner should actually be taking some tips from this man. He's obviously playing his heart out, synergizing well with the team. Very well played.
Only a different style of player, picking up some different champions, playing a different game. I think both top laners of these past 2 days done a great job, just like the rest of the team.
100%.
But the
Yeah,
top
it's been a
laner
very
here,
strong showing.
yeah, the top laner here showing just how tilt-proof that man is. Well, now 26-4 in a 4v5, every single game, ahead in CS, ahead in gold, just pulling out so much pressure, and he should be really happy with his performance for today. But that does wrap up day 2.
It was a strong showing, vast improvement from day 1, all across the board, every lane. Really well played. They managed to fix a lot of the screw ups, a lot of the game 1 had a lot of getting caught out, a lot less vision control, a lot less early game priority, and they just managed to really secure those weak points in this day 2 and really show their strengths as a team and their synergy. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how they progress these next games that they're going to be playing and what they can kind of do with the experience they got. I think they should have so much more confidence coming into these games. I think they should have a better idea of what they're drafting for and the kind of plays, because I think what we like to see and what we kind of notice in these games is the proactive mentality, right? You know, you don't just want to be reacting to plays that the enemy team are making, but actually having this game plan to execute with your team comp seems to just help them out so much. So I think the more practice they get playing with each other and playing out these fights and these games will really help them out further down the line.
Unfortunately, the spam avocado to summon Alvaro did not pay off before this game 3, but hopefully he'll be okay and everything's all right for the next Clash games in the future.
So it looks like that's it for this week, but I'm sure we'll all be back next week to see how they get on. Thank you very much for casting with me today, guys.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah, it was great fun. Thanks, guys.